Hey guys, welcome back. Marish here. Do you want to know how Daybreak difficulty is scaled with players count? Today I'll try to find the answer to this question. I came up with one plan. It's not a perfect, but let me show you and we can maybe work it out and let's see how this goes. For this example, yeah, this is a daybreak just showing you the screen, but actually we will not go in the game, we'll go somewhere else. How about here? So let me quickly bring you through the logic I applied, and I could order a little bit better, but this is a working document and I like my working documents how they are. So let's start from the base. I'll go through step by step and you'll see, and of course I will mention the points where we can argue about is it so or not. Okay, let's start with the important things. One is at the bottom. This part is raw data. It's actually from the both streams. Solo games, I have had two of them, and after you finish the game you can find exact amount of how much zombies there were killed, basically. Bloaters, ferals, jugs, blood juggernauts, and above there's a average. If you see the formula, just pure average because the numbers somewhere mismatch. Anyhow, and that's a total number if you're wondering. So this is solo game. Another stream we had last night, I think. Me, Blaze, Mr. Dart, and another Blaze's friend, I think, joined. I don't know him, so anyhow, we had 4 people play, and as you know, 3 and 4 people players, when you play, you have different amount of juggernauts. You can see it's quite easily, it's basically double, but it's not accurate. That's why I wanted to look into this question. As you can see, juggernauts are double, ferals are double, and then things start looking interestingly. It's again, we had 2 matches, 2 wins, and those are accurate numbers, and above those are averages. And if we look at bloaters, which are kind of problem in Daybreak, and you see it's not a double, it's well a little bit less. And if you are looking at casual zombies, which I will just point out includes small skinny zombie, small fat zombies, yes, there's a difference, small, but there is a difference. Then blood zombies, skinny and fat, and both types of armored zombies, which is, well, we can go even in deeper in this, but anyhow, it's all summed up. So it's the split is still not corrected. I was just a little bit, I thought there's no point of going and counting in each of my plays how much zombies particularly of the type I killed, so let's just assume they gradually increases. So, and that's what is interesting. If you look at the numbers, 550 and there's 800, it's not even close to the half of that. So just an idea. So what I did is we have zombies, bloaters, ferals, jugs, and all those averages from both types of games. Whereas casual amount of zombies and double. That's how the game works. If you are playing 1 or 2 players, that's a casual amount of zombies. If you're playing 3 or 4, that's double. Simple as that. 2 different ways. That's why you will see numbers somewhere up here. So let's go to the next table. This is the table. I just thought, what are the criteria that make your game say harder or easier, or well, harder. We are aiming for harder. So the thing, obviously we are not counting in crazy, I don't know, flammable players that join in, place down flammable mines and trigger them and then leave the game. Maybe someone did like that, pull the fun or We are not looking at anyone who's just burning down all the ammunition and not hitting any zombie and just useless player at all. So we are not counting skill, what I'm trying to say. We are looking at just what game provides you. Okay, let's look at this. As you can see, this is the idea. The same goes for both of rest of the tables. So when you are one player, two players, 3 and 4. So first, obvious, what is influencing the game in general is how many players, how many actual players shoot the zombies, and we count them as full 1-player power. So 2 players, 3 player, 4 players. Kind of obvious, right? Just I don't know where there's 2 columns. But things get, of course, it's not easy. This Undead Labs awesome game, State of Decay 2. It's never easy. It's way more difficult. When you're playing 1 player, you have 2 extra NPCs given. If you are playing 2 people, then you have 1 NPC given. So simple as that. There will be always 3 humans defending technician. So the question is, obviously, next question is that NPC same quality as player? And of course not. They never go outside. They never engage in melee, only when the full wall breaks down. They never repair wall. They never retrieve drops. They never heal technician. So they have limitation. They just stand, shoot, and if zombie arrives, then they smash. So for this, and yes, as you understand, when there are 3 or 4 players, there is no NPCs whatsoever, which means there's like 0 increase in difficulty. So let's move on. Yeah, no, I'm just, again doubting on every step. I'm doubting again, and I done this all sheet. Well, I spent a lot of time on that. Anyhow, my assumption is simple. It's not a full player. He still stands, still shoots. They manage, if you're playing a solo, to get down ferals. They actually quite well take care of bloaters, which are quite a problem. And if you manage to kill zombies that are near the wall, they actually do quite decent job, in my opinion. And if the wall breaks down, they even engage in melee. So I still give them a credit. So this is the first point. Obviously, someone would say like, no, they're garbage. They're like half percent. So 1 NPC is 75% of normal player. That's what I'm giving. And obviously, when there are 2, then and they both combined are 1.5 NPC power. Yes, I invented that. Okay, move on. Another point. Obviously, we have a power, kind of logical. We'll get to the zombies in a moment. Another point is base repair. We have 1, 2 walls at one side, 2 walls at the other side, and middle wall, which means 5 walls in total to defend. If they break down, you need to repair. So basically, it's base maintenance. Maintenance was the long word that I needed to extend the column. I don't like extending columns just because there's a long word, so it's base repair. Logic is simple. When you are 1 per layer, you have 5 walls to take care of, and you're 1. So basically, difficulty goes 5. When you're 2, well, down to half. 3, 4, it's actually, you see, that's where it gets interesting. How gradually it changes. It's from 5, and if you're looking at 3 or 4 players, and it's actually quite accurate when you're playing 3 or 4 players. It's like, okay, you repair the wall, I bring back the goods. So it's like easy chill game, even if all the walls are down. What in between those waves, it's easy peasy. You can repair it. It's kinda exact math, simple as that. And actually, yeah, but when there are 2 people, it's quite manageable. Then we are moving on to the next point, which is loot share, which is, to be honest, we have 25 drops in the game. That's why you have 25. When you have 25 drops in all the waves, you are 1 person getting them all. So you're not sharing anything. It's like 25 goes to you. Obviously, you're not picking up the hand axe and the pistols, and it's all up to discussion. But still, you have all the repairs, you have all the pills, you get all the ammunition, you get, and then you even can switch to then another weapon if you haven't unlocked blast rifle. So simple logic, similar as that. When you are two people, all the loot you are sharing to two, to three, to four. As again, you see how numbers go down. Just pure numbers, just purely. That's why I have step by step, so I can explain and show you end result. Then the most interesting part, obviously, we are picking up exact same numbers, just averages from yeah. If anyone can suggest, submit me screenshots or anything with the numbers about solo or quad games, I can add them, because yeah, the formula is created for, yeah. The more data we bring in, the more precise averages we will have. That's simple logic. Everyone knows that. So we are taking averages for solo and here, and I think, yeah, here, yeah, sorry, it's nothing. It's not, no calculations are done here. It's only all the zombies calculated, and by the type, exact same thing. Just bear with me. Let's stick to this. What we are doing, yeah, that's why I have this. That's why I thought, yeah, this table actually could be integrated here. What we are doing, we know there are two types. When there's casual amount of zombies and double. So there are only two lines needed. We'll apply them equally here. And what we are doing, we have zombies, we have bloaters, we have ferals, juggernauts, and no, this is blood juggernaut. No, 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 blood juggernaut. So bear with me. I thought about idea how to. So the question is how difficult each zombie is, and question, of course, is, someone might say, yeah, juggernauts are bad, they hit me. And again, there are a lot of proofs. When juggernaut is in far direction, you shoot them exactly 9. I think the lowest was 9 times in the head, 7 to get it on knee, and 2 more in the head, and it's down. It's exact 9 amounts of shots. Of course, while you're playing the waves, it's not 9. So what I'm having here, formula is simple. We are taking amount of zombies and adding coefficients. I don't know, coefficient. In English, I don't know how to pronounce the name, but I think that's, yeah, that's how it spells. Coefficient. Anyhow, you know what it is. So we are multiplying how hard the zombie is. So 1 is, okay, this is, again, I thought about a lot of it. If you watch me playing, there are many opportunities, especially right on the wall, where zombies are staying in straight line, and you can line up to 4 or 5 shots in the head, and they are 4 zombies die with 1 shot. So that would mean we need to add here 0.25s, so you can kill 4 zombies with 1 shot. And again, there are armored zombies where sometimes you shoot even 3-4 times, and then you get angry and go there and smash the damn zombie with the melee weapon, which I thought it all adds up. Even if you're not lining up the shot to kill 2 zombies with 1, sometimes you still shoot 2 zombies with one bullet, and then again sometimes you 2 times shoot armored zombie to get it down and then smash the head. So approximately average, just from kinda thin air, I'm putting 1, because casual zombies are still dying on average 1 shot. 1 shot, 1 kill, 1 zombie, which means how much we have averages, that's amount of what I'm calling zombie power we have from the casual zombies. And then things are getting interesting. That's bloater. For bloater, I'm just giving 1.5, even if it dies with 1 shot. But if the bloater gets in the fighting zone and gets gas cloud and even gas cloud explodes, well, his damage, like zombie power damage to you, is higher than casual zombie. Obviously, casual zombie, if you have axe, just one hit, he dies. With bloater, you can't approach. You can approach, but then you need to get back. Anyhow, you get the point. Bloaters are a bit more dangerous, so 1.5. And ferals, of course, feral can strike you down, jump over the wall. Okay, that's not the point, but anyhow, and still they die with one shot, so I give them 2. Simple, logical, kind of explanation how zombie power works. The calculation. Again, all those numbers can be, if someone says ferals are pain in the ass, we adjust the formula, all the numbers change, but we will not do that. So, and there are casual juggernauts, which in all cases are only 2, which is like, yeah, you could take them out anyways. Boo-hoo, who cares? 10, because 10 shots. 10 shots in the head with blaster rifle, and there is no more juggernaut. Reasonable enough. And of course, blood juggernaut, he charges, he places things on the ground, this infection. Then sometimes they get really angry and just smash the wall. No matter what you do, they just smash the wall like non-stop. Sometimes I've seen it's like crazy. So I'll give them just 15. Mostly because if you watch the same mentioned 4 streams, there's also casual zombies coming in, and also bloaters, and also ferals. So it's not like you can just stand and 10 times shoot blood juggernaut in the head and he dies. It will most likely take in between some dodges, in between some feral shots, in between some normal zombie kills. Then sometimes blood juggernaut gets on the knee, but you can't line up the shot, or you can get near to him, but because he's in the gas cloud, so he stands up. So in average it takes more than that 10 shots. I'm just assuming and giving from thin air. Again, 15, that's my number. That's how I evaluate. Basically 10 times worse than a bloater. That's my blood juggernaut, just from experience, how when situations land. And that's basic multiplication. I can't say that word, that's for sure. And so that's what we have. This is the summed up. This is from the one wave and another wave. That's approximately kind of from this one shot, kind of 2 shots if you miss. Ferals, you can miss one, or with one you can stun feral, and second you will need to take it out. 10 shots approximately casual juggernaut, and 15 to, so those are kind of shots you need to take in the game. Calculating up, that's amount of blast rifle shots you need to do to win this awesome Daybreak game. That's not it. How long is the video? Oh damn it, again few of my audience is already away. Anyhow, this is where we sum up a little bit things. So we have this is calculation for each type of games you have. 1 player, obviously there's 2 NPCs, so 2.5 firepower, that's how I call it. When you are 2 players, obviously it's better, but well, still, of course it's way better when you have 3, and way bigger jump if you're keeping in mind what's the difference between those numbers. Yeah, the biggest jump is from 3 to 4. Yes. And zombie powers, those are the 1 zombie power, that's the double. It's not double, as you can see from the numbers. If you do the calculations, yeah, there's a difference. That's why I wanted to get into this stuff. And so then next is obvious thing, from how much manpower, firepower you have against how much zombie power you need to kill, because you know those were the shots you must take. And simple division, yeah, the wide one against another. So basically every person needs to zombies per power. Yeah, this is the amount of shots by blast rifle you need to do to kill all types of juggernauts and ferals, bloaters, everyone. And as you can see, the numbers are quite interesting. And what happens when there's a big pile coming up, and what happens when you have 4 of them. Yes, it's interesting. Just pure math so far, pure math. And of course, zombie power, we have some coefficients here, but anyhow. Then we have base repair. Base repair, I think, yeah, I just pasted the same numbers. No calculations here so far, bear with me. And with the loot, what we did, as this is, as you can see, loot to share. When you are playing one player, you have the highest number, which actually we need opposite, because we are calculating the difficulty. So the smallest number should represent the easiest game, and so we need to switch it. While how we are switching, well, one dividing against, so the bigger number it is, the smaller it gets here. And bear with me, it doesn't actually care if, and in future, yeah, we will, as you understand, firepower, zombie cover are turned into zombies per power. Zombies actually per firepower, that would be the exact. This is the main thing, this calculations from previous ones. So this is the main part, and we don't care if that's in hundreds, that's in numbers, and that's in decimals. That's no big deal, because last table, and then we are done. This is the what I'm doing here. I hope, guys, you at least went to the second how it's called, class, math, and learned something. So what we are doing here is simple. For each, the formula is we are taking that 2-player number we have, dividing it against total average. What it means, as you can see, it's from it influences from the minimum to the maximum, 2 numbers in between. So we are calculating like this precise zombie power, how bad or worse it's against overall average on this in this scale, if you bear with me. So that's simple. This is only 94% of the average. This is 86, so it's easier. It's yeah, because you see the number is easier. It doesn't matter. That's what I try to explain. It doesn't matter what kind of, because we are not comparing them in rows, we are comparing in columns, and the same formula is used here. I don't know how, I'm not quite sure I can in English exactly pronounce and explain how the math and statistics works. Like, I know how it works, but not in English, sorry. So, and as you can see, when the number goes up significantly, also against the average, it's way past like average. If we had, like, I don't know, 10 10 10 10 10, all the same numbers, average will be 10, everything will be 10, and everything would be 100% difficulty, like normal. That's normal. So that's simple, and I'm converting each and every number. As you can see, 5 is way harder than, let's take the same 1.3, which is exactly like 48%. It's, yeah, when you are 4 people and there's 200, it's approximately, well, it's not actually 4 to 5 times harder to manage the walls. And it's actually quite true. It's similar, and the same goes for the loot. When you have all the loot in the waves, let's say you manage them all, you manage all the get all the drops, the difficulty would be around 40%. If you are 4 people, then obviously you need to split it. It goes up 4 times. It's simple as that. That's basically almost it. One last thing, we can't just sum them up and say that's it. Reason is simple. Of course, most important is this zombie per firepowers. So how much zombies, how much shots you need to make in the Daybreak match. This is way more important. So the calculation goes simple. It's weighted coefficient. What it means this particular number is weighted by 0.65, which means most of the total number will be coming from this this calculation. And then 25, basically those also could be percentages, because they all need to come up to the one equal. So we are dividing the how important this particular number is, and it's quite important. That's the most important. Second, of course, this game is about defense. It's about 5-wall defense, and if they stand, if you can manage them easily, that's why I just put 25%. And the loot, someone might say the loot is kind of, who cares what's in those drops. But yeah, there are explosives, bandages, first aids, ammunition, minefields. Yes, I do care. That's still a factor. That's why it basically boils down to 1 to 3 things: zombies per firepower, how manageable it is to have all the walls, and of course how much additional stuff we get over the course of the match. Through 3 main things that influence. The rest of that is already, all the zombies are programmed, all the NPCs are also programmed, so that's it. And we are of course interested by 1 player, 2 players, 3 and 4. And that's basically, that's it. This is where we get, this is where we get the end result, which is weighted coefficient. Yeah, I hate the word in English. And the same calculation is here, the same coefficient, and of course, and that's what got me thinking. I think every streamer, every player, every creator who created already made a list, which is easier, which is harder. So how you read this table, it's simple. Just 100% would be normal game, let's say. What goes above is harder, with what goes below it's easier. But what I try to explain, of course you saw, there's just makes few adjustments and the end result will be a bit different. Not by much, but will be different. So last conclusion and summary is this. Everyone knows that. Everyone mentioned 2 players are easy. That's the easiest game. Why? Because there's no so much zombies coming in. Yeah, only this. You have 2 players, an extra NPC, obviously. That's why it's way easy to shoot them down. How to manage the walls, it's actually quite easy. One gets the drops, another can easily in those 2 minutes manage all the walls, repair them. Simple as that. And the drops also. All the ammunition and everything split in 2. I'd say, yeah, because keep in mind, if you are not shooting just in the air, if you are splitting ammo, it means half of the shots will be done by your partner, which means half of the zombies will be taken by your partner, which means you don't need so much ammunition to kill the zombies in the first place. It's not like, because sometimes people are just selfish and they want a lot of loot and everything, but I'd say the more equally you spread the ammunition, especially when we are talking about Clio, which everyone uses, it's really important to spread so everyone can shoot, because you have 4 guns shooting, then 1 gun with a lot of ammunition and everyone else is just with the melee. Just explaining. Okay, but the funny thing is, look at the numbers, just purely math. What gives us math? 4 players, even if the distribution is slightly different. A bit harder, this shooting part, well, way easier management, because 2 players can just, oh my god, that you can bring all the stuff back from the drops. It's like easy peasy. And of course, all the loot must be shared, which is drops on the ground. It's like kinda, yes, it's a bit messy. And where's this ammunition, that ammunition? I left their first aid kit. Who took my first aid kit? It's problematic. Anyhow, it equals up a little bit harder than 2 players, and actually I played only a few times 2 players. It's always someone else joins as well. So yes, what I'm trying to explain is, yes, 2 player is the easiest. I think everyone agrees this, but only by 2% of Morris's invented difficulty scale. But if you look for the 3 and 1 player, actually in my case, yeah, you see the calculations. My calculations, it should be as three players are the hardest. Why those calculations are different than others say, and I don't say this is 100% correct. That's all the calculations, because if, for example, we take down and say NPCs are way worse, you see the numbers also change. It's up for debate what kind of calculations, and the same goes here. Someone might insist just adjusting numbers. Someone might insist that would be the split. As you can see, that's probably what everyone thinks, like that 3 player is the hardest, then 1 player is second hardest, then already quite easily you can manage 4 people, and 2 people is just easy peasy pleasure in the park. But what I'm trying to show is the difference. The first 2 player and 4 player, there are now 5% difference, but from 4 player up to 1, so it's 10%. It's way bigger gap. That gap, and and if you're looking from the first to the last in difficulty, yeah, it's again from 103 up to 10 more percent. It's again huge jump in scale of difficulty. Just I'll leave it because of course shooting is more important. Managing, if you shoot them all, then management is nothing. And still, take it or leave it. This is my in-depth calculations. More information could be. We could adjust how we evaluate. Maybe Juggernaut zombies are not that bad. Let's say only 12. Again, numbers change. Does all the numbers change? It should be all the numbers. Yeah. This change. Yeah. Why it doesn't change so much? Because if we are adjusting how hard we assume the zombies are, it changes for all the averages. It changes, not this averages. It changes so the percentage doesn't influence. If you think all the zombies are juggernauts are way harder, it scales up. So that's why it's okay. Anyhow, enough of me trying to explain. It's just one example, because I actually thought about this. There is no exact damage done per rifle. We have those little bars that says like this is better, no, this is better. Like, how much better? What better? What is better? And the same goes for the zombies. There is no health bar or anything. You can't shoot a critical shot and see like 500. All that is, I'd say, guessing. Of course, in the back end there should be numbers coming up, and I don't know if there's any mod that can pick up those numbers and get the actual logs. But so far, that's why this game is shoot the zombie and hope that it dies. Guessing. So I'm trying to put that in numbers. So that's my suggestion. Please write down in the comments if some of you might say that bloaters are easier than armored zombies, or any other adjustments you see fit that might change the. Actually, yeah, I'll link the formula itself. I don't know. Probably none of you cared that much this stuff, but it's in my same State of Decay 2 datasheet. The same. I have all the numbers, all the maps, and everything from previous videos. So yeah, this is what I suggest. This is my final version. Yeah, I adjusted on the fly. So basically, rigged the end result. So 3 player is the hardest. But let's see. What about this split? Yeah, it's still the huge gap between two and four players and 1 and 3 players. But it's in a matter of opinion. But I just try to put the numbers on it, so you have the numbers. Take it or leave it. Nice to. I'm just. Yeah, one last thing I wanted to mention. Let's just quickly jump right back to the game. I will show you one particular thing. Just keep in mind. There's under multiplayer. There are few settings that you need to adjust. For example, if you want only 2 players to play, you should never enable this matchmaking, because then any random dude can join in. Of course, more people, more fun. But if you saw the data and you haven't won the game and you haven't unlocked awesome powerful rifles or anything and you don't know what to do, easiest still is 2-player game. And then you want to disable matchmaking, so you have only 1 extra friend. If you don't have a lot of friends, then you can leave it like this, like I do, which means no one can join. Your friends can join in this setting. In this setting, only if you invite them. So, like, if you're really harsh to your friends, then you can. Okay, you come with me. We play like 2 players. If there is no such jumping in and out of the game, then freely leave it and then just say like, hey dude, wanna come to my game and just play around? Okay, jump in, and they can easily click and join to your session, and that's fine. And when you want to go full team, 3-4 people, and you accidentally have no friends, you know, we know you don't have. Anyhow, you then just enable matchmaking, then you find your new best friend, you kill zombies, you become best friends, then you visit him, then you become like besties and get married and whatnot. Anyhow, you get the idea. I just wanted to show you the settings. Pay attention to those. If maybe you leave them all and your friend cannot join and you are still playing 1 player, which is one of the hardest difficulties. Depends on the opinion, but yeah, then yeah, please go find somebody to play with. Yeah, that's it guys, this is the video. Thank you for watching. Stay tuned, we'll meet in next videos. I will not take any of your time. Make sure subscribe, like the video, share the video. Do none of that, it's all good. I'm here for you, Russian dude with you, and cheers.